welcome back to Roosevelt Live. I want to bring to your attention something that was brought to my attention recently. Everybody pretty much has one. I know I've had several over the years, and those are copy machines. Now, not all copy machines. I'm talking about the ones that pretty much, probably the ones that are the big office type copy machines. I know I have one in my office, and I know other businesses, obviously, and people I do business with have in their offices. And it's something that I never thought about until this was brought to my attention. Because we call them copy machines. We don't consider them to be a computer. But those copy machines have hard drives in them. The majority of them do, especially the ones that are in the big offices. And what's happening is that the copy machines, when say, I know I've gone to auctions and stuff, and I've seen copy machines that are being auctioned off, and companies just simply say, hey, maybe it doesn't work anymore, or maybe they sold the business, or whatever the case might be. They become used and resold copy machines that are actually computers. And those copy machines have those hard drives in them. And just recently I discovered, I'm sure it's been out there for a while, but I was a little slow of foot to get to it, that all those copy machines mostly are left with the hard drive still in them. Now, you know, if you have a computer, you realize that if someone was to, you know what they tell you about computers, that the hard drive and all information is always there, it's never gone anywhere, and the forensic computer people can retrieve all information from your hard drive and your computer. Well, those copy machines, those massive ones, it's in the same setup. So that means when a company gets rid of a copy machine and they don't remove that hard drive, all the information, everything they've ever copied, and everything they've ever done in that machine is still there. So you know how you go to a place and someone copies your driver's license? We've seen it many a time where I need to see your driver's license, social security card, and boom, 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 they make a copy of it. Well, if they don't remove that hard drive or wipe it clean, all that information goes wherever that copy machine goes. Of course, if it gets crushed, maybe you don't have to worry about it. But if it gets resold to someone else and they elect to take that hard drive out and hook it up to some type of device where they can download all that information, and it's happening every single day. Believe me, every day. Matter of fact, the one copy machine, when the hard drive was pulled out of it, it actually had paper still on the actual window of the copy machine. Papers from the sex offenders division at the Buffalo, New York police station, where it had lists of all the sex offenders, etc., etc. But when they actually went in and downloaded the information, they found information about the narcotics division, people's names, case information, just a plethora of stuff was still on that hard drive. One construction company, they showed the blueprints and things that they had done for some building that was actually being built close to ground zero, where they had all of the diagrams and everything was still in there. And that's quite shocking to think that. But I think the main, when it hit home really, was that Infinity Health Plan insurance company actually had in their computer information about patients' social security numbers, blood test results. One patient actually information about the cancer they were found in their body. Think about the fact that when you go into a medical place and you go into a hospital and all these areas that we frequent in our lifetimes, we know we do. And every time that person says, I need to make a copy of this and a copy of that, it's being stored on that hard drive. And if they don't remove or wipe that thing clean prior to selling it or giving it away or whatever, then your information is going out for the world to see. Whoever knows how to retrieve it, and I understand you go on the internet and download programs or devices or stuff that will allow you to actually take that information and hook up to that hard drive and download it to your own PC. Some of these computers recently was being sold, and I'm sure they have been being like this for a while. They're being sold to third world countries or stuff like that, and that means there go another copy machine / computer that's just been sent over to a foreign country with our information in it. Imagine that. Criminals getting 20,000 bits of social security numbers, copies of checks, driver's license, any type of paperwork that you have done is in that hard drive throughout the United States and now internationally, because they're moving all over the place with these copy machines. And maybe if we call them copy machines computers, we'll be aware of it. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's me that the only one wasn't smart enough to know that it had a hard drive in it. But I believe that a lot of people didn't think of the fact that those copy machines have a hard drive in them. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I'm definitely not the only one. I might not even be in the minority. Majority of us may have not even known that there are hard drives in those. We may have assumed it, but I bet you we wasn't thinking about it. So now since you've been fed this information, the next time, it's nothing you can do about it when you go to a facility to copy your driver's license, social security number, etc., etc. But at least you know that it's a possibility that your information might get away from that facility if they don't take the precautionary measures to make sure it doesn't. Now, I understand that there are copy machine companies that have new technology that can delete this information as it's going into their computer or copy machine, which is one and the same in this case. So if you out and you buying a copy machine or use one, also remember that there's a hard drive in there, so you can know, you remember this because of this reason. Because that way, either A, you can decide to remove that hard drive and get it out of there, put one in there your own, and maybe if you decide later to get rid of that copy machine for whatever reason, even if you're upgrading it, know then to go into that copy machine and clean that hard drive or replace that hard drive or just remove it in general so someone don't get your information from your company after you no longer have that copy machine. It's just something that everybody needs to know about. Now that I know, I will be looking at copy machines, especially the one that I have in my office right now. I will be thinking about that copy machine and what may be on that machine and what I have put on there, because I do have people coming through my office, and I know that I do make copies of sensitive material sometime in my own office. So this is something that has been new to me. It's probably new to you. So if you want to know more about it, you can always go out there on the computer, out the internet, look it up, think about it, and start wondering about your information, how private and how safe are copy machines. Okay, if you want to email me about this topic, feel free to email me at live@roosevelt@gmail.com or check out segments of the show at youtube.com/Roosevelt Live. That's how I see it. Tell me how you see it.